enemies. If you check in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, if you start reading from verse 15 down, you are going to see the curses or read about the curses that Chukwu placed on ancient people, on Hebrews, especially Hebrew of the Hebrews, or Igbo Umu, or what we call Hebrew Israelites. He placed a curse on them because Hebrew Israelites are this group of people who, through their forefathers, especially Abiama, Isiaku, and the Chikambu. Now, these three patriarchs, their names was changed from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But the name is Abiama, Isiaku, and Chikambu. We know what Abiama means. Abiama means, come to me and you will have wisdom, you will learn. Isiaku means the head or the owner of the wealth. He dragged the wealth with Ishmael, the person that Europeans called Ishmael. We know why he was called Ishmael. He was called Ishmael because his wife subjected him to an oath to swear that he was not the cause of the barrenness in the house. By the time it was 1 year and he was free, the Keturah of, Keturah is the maiden daughter of the wife, Sarah, the person we call Esau. He gave birth to a male child that Europeans now call Ishmael. But in Igbo name, the name is Ishmael, which means I have redeemed my head, I've cleared my shame. After the birth of Ishmael, Chukwu ascended to earth and gave the wife of Abiama a revelation that he was going to have a child. The name of the child that he had after 1 year was called Isiaku. Women and the dragging of wealth. So that's how his name became Isiaku, not Isiaka. It is the Muslims that even try to pronounce the name correctly. It's not Isiaka. It's not the name is Isiaku, the head or the owner of the wealth. After Isiaku, the third in line is Chikambu or Chikob. Chikambu is first person's narrative. Chikob is second person's narrative, if you understand what I mean by that. In English language, Chikambu or Chikob means I am the God that I am. That's why when Chukwu was giving message to Ramoshe, the person that the Bible called Moses, he said, who am I going to tell the people that sent me? He said, tell them that the God of your ancestors, the God of your forefathers, the God of your patriarchs sent you. Osia which patriarchs? Osia patriarchs like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you repeat that name in Igbo language, it means Abiama, Isiaku, and Chikam. In trying to emphasize on the name of Jacob, he said, tell them that the God of I am that I am sent you. That name means the God of Jacob, because he was the third or the last in line. And the Chukwu was thinking that maybe Ramoshe, or the one that you call Moses, would remember that name because he was the last of the patriarch. But he didn't remember it. But it makes sense in Igbo language or in Igbo Chukwudeism to understand how these names work. Because the Hebrew names or the Igbo names that are in the Bible, they were named in accordance to the events that happened when the child was born. It's just like the issue of Esau and Jacob. The other one was called Esau because he was the first son. But in Igbo language, the name is not Esau, the name is Uzor because he was the firstborn, the first to hit his head on the ground, the last one being Chikambu. So this is how their names make meaning. So we are the children of Ezelu. If we don't call ourselves children of Ezelu, which is translated into as children of Israel, we call ourselves the children of Chukwu Okike or the children of Chukwu. Chukwu Okike in English language is transcribed as the creator God of Abraham. Creator, that word creator is Igbo language or Hebrew language. It came from Kere. So when you say Chukwu Okike, in our language, Kere has connection with Okike. So we don't call it Chukwu Kere Abiam. We say Chukwu Okike Abiam. But the Okike there is very, very clear. That's where you get the word Kere or create. So Chukwu Okike Abiam is Creator God Almighty of Abraham. Creator God Almighty, because this God is the creator. So we put the title first, Creator God Almighty of Abraham, because Abraham was the first high priest that he met. We know how he met Abraham or Abiam on the road. He was Chukwu appeared in three forms, or in two forms. and he was going to do a battle in Sodom and Gomorrah. And on the road, our father, our ancestor, our forefather Abiam saw him and said, but these people don't look like earthlings. So he was able to discover that they came from above.